What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with my weekly What to Buy on eBay video. Today we're going to focus on the vintage collection as well as vintage Kenner items. I've got loose graded, mint on cards, baggies, vintage collection, proof cards, you name it, we've got it. And as always, vet the sellers for these items. I try to do a good look at them first to make sure the sellers are legit and didn't include anything too crazy here. People's pocketbooks might be a little bit empty because of the holidays, and so I tried to find some items that were fairly affordable or at auction. And in the video description, as always, I will include affiliate eBay links to these items in case you want to bid. If you bid using the affiliate links, it does help out the channel, so thanks ahead of time for that. All right, so let's dig in. We'll start, I think, with the vintage collection, and we're going to start off with a really nice example of an unpunched US card, and this is VC102, the original Ahsoka, signed by Ashley Eckstein. So these pop up occasionally. This one is unfortunately in the UK, but even with shipping to the US, I don't think this price is too far off, and the market seems to agree with me because there are 13 watchers on this one already. It looks to be in amazing condition. There is a photo of her signing the item. There's Ashley Eckstein there, and these are always pretty popular with collectors. And, I think that this one looks like it would grade pretty highly if you're into that signature series kind of grading from Collector Archive Services, where you send it in for the item to be graded. You pay a JSA fee, and they authenticate the autograph, and it's kind of a nice yellow label. They look really nice. So anyway, this is the unpunched original issue Ahsoka. It's listed for 320 pounds, which is $404 US. And again, there's 13 watchers on that one. This seller, Power Droid, we cover him all the time for the vintage collection market updates. He's got some beautiful graded proof cards for sale, and I didn't include all of them, but I wanted to show you a few of the more desirable ones. These were SDCC giveaways in 2011, and he's got the VC64 Princess Leia in her slave outfit, unpunched, graded 9.25 on the modern scale. They're at auction, and right now it's only at $26. These end Saturday evening at 9:43 Eastern Time. So he's got the Slave Leia, he's got the foil Clone Commander Cody, which is unpunched. Kind of tough to find this one unpunched. This one and the Boba Fett, I feel like, are the two hardest ones to find unpunched for those proof cards. So this one's also graded 9.25, and that one also in Saturday evening. That one's only at $5.50 right now. So maybe you can sneak in there towards the end of the auction if you're into those pre-production proof cards and pick those up for cheap, but they do end at auction on Saturday evening. Next up, Cashel Retro Trader, a seller in the UK that I buy from all the time. He listed a bunch of buy it nows for UKG graded vintage Kenner Star Wars items, and I sent a lot of these out to buy it now alerts to my Patreon supporters. It's just kind of a way to thank you guys, and a number of them did get purchased, but he's got a few of them that haven't sold yet that I wanted to show you. This one's got 5 watchers on it. This is the Taiwan Boba Fett graded UKG 85%, and it looks super clean. Is it the right weapon? It looks to be the correct black Taiwan blaster, but don't quote me on that. The figure itself is awfully pretty. Beautiful brand new K-style, and they've got this one priced really well. It's at 200 pounds, which is $251 US plus $30 shipping. So even shipping to the US, $280 for a high-grade Taiwan Fett seems very fair to me. So that's one he's got. Another one he's got is the Floating D Spanish PBP Chewbacca, graded UKG 80%. And there's 2 different variants, main variants for the Spanish PBP Chewbacca. There is the Circle on Foot variant, which is very, very common. The Floating D is harder to find, and it's on the back of the leg, and it's hard to see in these photos, but basically there's a stamp for the Made in Hong Kong where it was wiped out, and the D is kind of cross-eyed, and you can kind of see it right there on the back of the leg. But of the 2 Spanish variants, this one's usually the hardest to find. The UKG 85% floating Ds usually go for double this price. So I'm a little surprised this one hasn't sold yet. It's at 100 pounds, which is $125 US. But if you're into the Spanish figures, that's a really good deal, I feel like, for the floating D variant of the Spanish PBP Chewbacca. And if you're into Chewbacca, I got another one at auction. This is an AFA Chewbacca, AFA 85, but this is the harder to find no COO. So you can see right there the 2 dashes after loose action figure. That means it's the no COO variation. Harder to find that one. That usually appeared on Palatoy card backs or the very tough to find Tri-Logo Chewbacca card back. And, you know, just hardly ever comes up AFA graded. They pop up maybe, I don't know, maybe once or twice a month max. But this is an AFA 85, and it's at auction from a seller that I've bought from in the past. There's 5 days, 2 hours left as of the making of this video. It ends Sunday at 6:21 Eastern time. Right now, the current bid is $69 plus $8 shipping. Maybe aim for, I don't know, probably $175 and under. But that's a nice, harder to find variant for Chewbacca, the no COO. And same seller has a number of other ones that I'm not going to cover all of them, but they're all pretty high grade. He's got the Hong Kong Zuckuss, and this is the one without the circles on the backs of the knees and heels. There's also a variant that's labeled by AFA, circles on knees and heels. And that one's a little easier to find than the one without the circles. So this is the harder of the two to find for the Hong Kong Zuckuss. It's also an AFA 85 brand new K-style. That one's at $57 right now, plus $8 shipping. But he's got others available, so just click on Seller's Other Items. You can see I've already done that in the past. And he's got lots of really nice high-grade, AFA-graded, loose-graded figures that are at auction, and they all end Sunday in the afternoon. And I've got a couple of baggies I wanted to show you. I'm surprised these haven't been taken yet. This one's got 7 watchers on it. This is the Overstock brown-haired China baggie for Luke Bespin. Fairly common baggie, but priced pretty well. It's fully sealed with no slits in the baggie, and the figure itself looks to be in great shape. And I think this is a buy. This is a really good price. I found 2 data points for this where this has sold ungraded for between $350 and $420, believe it or not. I wouldn't pay $420 for it, but this one's over the UK, listed for 180 pounds, which is 227 US dollars plus shipping. There's also make an offer. I received an offer from the seller for 170 pounds, so he took 10 pounds off. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to let somebody else get it if they want to, but this is a baggie that I still would like to pick up. But really nice example, and there's 7 watchers on that one. Here's the one that I'm really shocked has not sold yet. I sent this out in a Buy It Now alert to my Patreon supporters. This is the SWD baggie for the mail-away Boba Fett. So this is the earliest of the baggies for Boba Fett, made in Hong Kong in black letters. That's the SWD baggie. And it's fully sealed in great shape, and it's listed for 525 US dollars. And it's, let's see, there's 18 watchers on it. On this one already, and it's also, I did receive an offer from him for $490. So maybe you can make an offer on that for $490 if you or less. But I've seen them sell for this price, the list price of $525 or more. So I think that's not too far off of market value. And again, the market seems to agree with me since there are 18 watchers on it. But this is the earliest possible baggie for the mail-away Boba Fett, and it seems to be in really great shape. So that's a baggie there. Next up, I've got a mint and seal box Chewbacca bandolier strap. This is like an action figure carrying case, and it's got some light edgeware to the top of the box and on the bottom of the box, but the flap on it is not creased yet, and that's harder to find for this Chewbacca bandolier strap. Usually they're creased and folded over. This one's in great shape. I think it would grade maybe an 80, definitely a 75 plus, but this is mint and seal box, factory sealed, and it appears to be in great shape. There are 15 watchers on this one, and I received an offer from him for $142. Right now it's listed for $150 plus $10 shipping, but I've seen these very regularly sell for this price, both on eBay and on Facebook. So I think that this price is dead on the money, and again, there's 15 watchers on that one, and it's factory sealed. Next up, I've got the very hard to find survival kit mail away. This is the US version that includes the paperwork. It's got the factory sealed baggie as well as the awesome paperwork in there. The box is in pretty decent shape. It's got a couple of creases on it, but I think overall this baggie and box and paperwork combination would grade out at about an 80 with CAS. So CAS offers grading for this. There's the paperwork on it. Really cool. I've got the Canadian version that did not come with that paperwork. But shout out to That One Time on YouTube. He sent me this one and said, hey, this is a pretty decent deal given what these usually sell for. And I would agree with them because graded, they can sell for $450 to $550. This one's listed for $275. There are 7 watchers on this one. And I think that that's probably worth every penny at $275 for the mail away This, the mail away appeared on the 41 back A Empire Strikes Back card backs. It's got that big yellow offer label on it. So this is what you get if you send in the proof of purchase. This survival kit mail away, and it includes the box and the paperwork. Next up, I've got an AFA 80 graded Ramba. This is a Power of the Force. The photos are terrible on it, but it is AFA graded, and it's unpunched, no price sticker, listed for $370, and you can also make an offer on this one. So I think that's a pretty good price, if you ask me. I mean, given that loose Rambas can set you back, what, like $200, if not more? This is mint on card, AFA 80, unpunched, no price sticker, worth every penny. And it's got, the seller's got 100% positive feedback with over 535 transactions. There's a nice close-up there of the item. So if you're into the Power of the Force line, last 17, there you go. And for a second Ramba, I've got this one. It's not graded, but it includes a sliding acrylic case. This is an unpunched Palatoy Tri-Logo, and it looks to be in amazing condition. The blister is really nice, just a couple of very minor dings. I think this one would grade out at an 80 all day long. So here's the card back. It looks to be in beautiful shape, unpunched, and it does have that £1.59 price sticker that came factory applied. This was a factory applied sticker in the Palatoy factory. So again, I think this would grade an 80 all day long. It's listed for 275 pounds, which is 347 US dollars, but it's also make an offer, and it's another $58 shipping. So about $400. Try to get about $50 off if you can. But again, I think that would grade 80 all day long. It's just hard to find these blisters in such good shape. Just a couple of minor dings to it. And I think it would grade 80, 80, 85 overall for an overall 80. So the card back is just immaculate. Look how clean that one is. So again, make an offer on that one if you're into the last 17 Tri-Logos. Next up, I've got a Power of the Force Luke Skywalker in his battle poncho, and this one is graded, an ungraded example, but it's unpunched with a price sticker. The blister has just very light yellowing. It's hardly any yellowing whatsoever. You could make an argument that it might be a clear blister as well. It's got 15 watchers on it, so I think it's going to sell. I think it would grade an 80 all day long, and it's listed for $420, free shipping on it. And I'm just shocked that this one hasn't sold. It does have some minor edge wear on the bottom of the card back, but I think this would grade probably a 75, 80 or 85 for the blister, and an 85 for the figure, for an overall minimum of an 80, potentially an 80 plus. You might get an 80 score on the card back. I'm not sure. But that blister is super clean, and it looks to be almost clear if it's not clear already. I mean, that is really, really clean. So I'm shocked this one hasn't sold, because a loose complete figure will set you back, what, like $300 easily, and this one's only $420 for a mint on card version of Luke Skywalker in his battle poncho. So that one is probably going to sell. It's got 15 watchers. Next up, I've got a UKG 80% Palatoy AT-AT Commander. So this has got the Palatoy logo on it, and those are very desirable, and it's already graded. This is not a Toy Tony, okay? This is not one of those Toy Tonys. This is an actual factory correct example. Unpunched, no price sticker, clear blister, and it's a UKG 80. 80, 80, 85 are the sub-scores, 45 back A. What a beauty. I'm just shocked it hasn't sold yet. I sent this out to my Patreon supporters, but it has not sold. It's got 14 watchers on it. You can also make an offer on it, and it's listed for 525 pounds, which is 663 US dollars. But I've seen these sell on Facebook for 600 to 650 ungraded. So I think this is a really good deal. And again, I'm really surprised it hasn't sold yet. I love that Palatoy logo on it. Most of them, after the 45 back, they kind of switched over so they didn't have that Palatoy logo. So what a beauty. Unpunched card back. And again, it's listed for $525. Make an offer. This seller has some gorgeous CAS graded loose figures. First is a Droid Factory 3-legged R2-D2 graded CAS 75 plus for $325. And if you guys follow my loose complete videos, I see them sell regularly at $325 or more ungraded for the Droid Factory R2-D2. So I think this price is very fair, and I'm a little surprised it hasn't sold yet. $325, and the shipping is $14. So give that one a watch if you're interested. 75 plus is not the highest grade out there, but again, I've seen them sell for this price or more regularly ungraded. So pretty good deal there. But here are the big ones this same seller has. He's got a CAS 85 Tig From with the coin. CAS 85 with the coin, and it's listed for $935. Now, Tig From ungraded can go for $600 or more, and it is an 85 grade with the coin inside. So is $935 worth it? I don't know, but I wanted to at least make my viewers aware of it because it's hard to find this one in such a high grade, and especially graded with the coin. And then here's the big one. It's a CAS 90 grade Seiss Fromm with the coin. And that's a really high grade for Seiss Fromm. Now, he wants $1,500 for it. That to me seems a little high, but it's probably easily $1,100 or $1,200 because we've seen AFA 85s sell for $1,100 or $1,200 without the coin. This one includes the coin, and it's a CAS 90, and the coin is graded 90, figure 90 for an overall 90 grade. So that is basically a case fresh figure with the coin, and it's listed for $1,500. Again, I don't know if it's worth that, but I wanted to make viewers aware of it, and it's an awful nice one. I hope you find something that you're looking for and are able to pick up something. Make sure to use the links in the video description. That helps out the channel for the eBay affiliate links. So thanks again, and I'll be back soon.